FBI Director Jim Comey was fired by Donald Trump last Tuesday. And we got a little video here of Lester Holt from CNN, from NBC, interviewing Donald Trump about it. So let's take a look.
Monday you met with the Deputy Attorney General, Rod Rosenstein.
Right.
Did you ask for a recommendation?
What I did is I was going to fire Comey. My decision. It was not...
You had made the decision before they came in the room.
I was going to fire Comey. And in fact, when I decided to just do it, I said to myself, I said, you know, this Russia thing with Trump and Russia is a made-up story. It's an excuse by the Democrats for having lost an election that they should have won. When I did this now, I said, I probably, maybe will confuse people. Maybe I'll expand that, I'll lengthen the time because it should be over with. It should, in my opinion, should have been over with a long time ago because all it is an excuse. But
did you ask, am I under investigation?
I actually asked him, yes. I said, if it's possible, would you let me know, am I under investigation? He said, you are not under investigation.
Okay, so Donald Trump is talking a lot of word salad. I don't think he knows what he's talking about. And let's just put it out there right away. He said it right there. I don't believe that this investigation has any merit, so I fired him. He said it right there on the video. We all heard it. But in this world, I don't think, in the United States today, I don't think that it means anything anymore. Truth doesn't matter. Facts don't matter. I get a little frustrated when I'm thinking about this because his supporters are blindly following along with him, and I just want to give him a nice stiff talking to. But anyway, let's go through a little timeline here. Okay, so back in July, Comey comes forward when the email scandal is basically coming to a head, and he says that he is not going to investigate any further because there really isn't anything there, other than the fact that Hillary made a bad choice by using a private email server. There was nothing there to find. So I do remember all the chants from Donald Trump saying, lock her up, and, of course, all the people doing the same thing. And after Jim Comey made that statement, the Republicans, including Donald Trump, were out for blood. They did not like Jim Comey. They hated the guy. Of course, that all changed on October 27th when he came forward again saying, hey, we've got to reopen the investigation. We found some new emails. Apparently, one of Hillary Clinton's staffers, who just happens to be the wife of Anthony Weiner embroiled in a ridiculous scandal. Anyway, they had to go looking through those emails, and Jim Comey came forward and said, hey, the investigation is still open. We've got to go through these emails now. Personally, I think that he should have busted his ass to go through those emails and make sure there was nothing there before he made a statement. Now, of course, I can only imagine he didn't think maybe he didn't have enough time before the election. It was 11 days before the election. If he didn't release this information, then he would have probably been drug across the coals one way or the other. It's all very convoluted, but it's neither here nor there. What's past is past, and we cannot change that. So after President Trump is elected, Jim Comey goes to see him, asks to keep his job. Donald Trump says, yeah, sure. We'll have to see, is what he said on this recent interview. Who knows what's happening? Donald Trump has made mention in the last couple of days about Jim Comey better not release any tapes. What the hell is he talking about? He's always talking about somebody recording him. To me, that sounds like classic projection, and which is really interesting because we find out just yesterday that Donald Trump has a habit of recording phone calls. So he does do this. So when I say projection, I'm saying that somebody does something and they just assume that somebody else is doing the same thing because, hey, I'm doing it. You know, I'm cheating on my wife right now, so I assume that she's cheating on me as well. Just the internal justification makes them feel better. Okay, so the first excuse that they gave for the firing of Jim Comey was that they were defending Hillary Clinton's honor. I'm sorry. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, throughout the entirety of the campaign, it was lock her up, lock her up. She should go to jail. All of his little mindless automatons that are showing up to these rallies are screaming it. And some of them want her to die. And it's just, look, I don't think a lot of Hillary Clinton, but wow, just throw her in jail, kill her. You know, what the hell kind of talk is this? If I'm not mistaken, I remember Donald Trump saying about something about Second Amendment people saying, hey, you Second Amendment people, maybe you could do something about it. I remember Donald Trump saying, hey, Russia, if you got any more tapes, you know, you want to hack her anymore, go ahead, please hack her. He should have been arrested on the spot for that shit, or at least gotten a talking to by Homeland Security, because that is illegal. But in the world of Trump, everything that is illegal, it's just, well, it's Trump, you know, just look past it. The guy breaks a law almost every day. Every time he opens his mouth, he says something either stupid, offensive, or illegal. This guy should be locked away. And I don't mean in jail. I mean in a padded cell. You know, in one of those nice jackets with no arms. Okay, so that was the first day they say it was, they were defending Hillary Clinton. We all know it's bullshit. So then the next day, they say that Donald Trump has a conversation with his Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, and the Deputy Attorney General, Rosenstein. So sorry. And they gave Donald Trump the recommendation that he should be fired. Now, okay. Attorney General Jeff Sessions, he had to recuse himself because he had contact with the Russian ambassador Kislyak. So he really shouldn't be talking to him about this in the first place. But, you know, world of Trump. So the deputy Rosenstein, he says that he should get rid of him. So this is the idea that they float for the next day, that Donald Trump just signed on to the recommendation. Now, of course, you just listen to the interview, and he says, it was my idea. I did it. He contradicts himself. He contradicts everybody else. The day that he fired him, he didn't even tell his press secretary, Spicer. And Spicer was caught off guard when everybody was coming to ask him questions. He ends up hiding in the fucking bushes because he doesn't have an answer. He doesn't know. Donnie didn't call him up and say, yo, Sean, I had to shit can Comey. Here's my excuse. He didn't give him anything. Sean Spicer just says, you know, he's just got, I don't know. I just don't know. So when confronted about this, he has to hide in the bushes. Or among the bushes, or adjacent to the... like a tree. Just act like a tree and leave. That's what he did. He just left. Make like a tree and get the hell out of here. So, lots of different theories have been floated ever since. Donald Trump saying that, you know, he's not very well respected in the FBI. And then, of course, they have a conversation with the deputy FBI director, Andrew McCabe, and he says, you know, I got nothing but respect for him. In my entire career, I've been working with him. He is a wonderful law enforcement officer. Look, say what you want about Jim Comey, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican. And I understand, it's interesting because I understand the Republican talking point when they talk about how, Democrats were just so angry with Comey because he basically just ruined the election for Hillary Clinton. He should be fired right away. And now that he's fired, they're upset because he's now looking into Donald Trump. Look, you can't have your cake and eat it too, okay? You just can't. But Donald Trump just said in the interview right then, the Democrats are upset because they lost an election that they should never have lost. Even Donald Trump knows that he should never be president. He knows this. Donald Trump did not want to be president. He wanted to run his campaign. He wanted to lose. And for the next 4 years, he could stay over on his right side of the sideline and snipe away at Hillary Clinton for every little thing that she does, including all the Republicans on his side of the House. They would be doing the same thing. And Donald Trump wanted to have a Trump TV. I know. I got a casting notice for it, asking for any conservative-leaning attractive women to come and audition for the part of a newswoman. I can only imagine what it would have been like to be a news lady on Trump TV. I mean, would there be bathing suits involved?
Cellophane.
This is cellophane. You know, she's on her knees cleaning that desk. Brand new pledge. Look how that duster cleans off stuff. I think it would have probably been, Fox News squared. It would have just been absolutely insane. And Donald Trump, of course, he owns I can step into the dressing room anytime I want to. It's my pageant. I grab him by the pussy. I don't even wait. Look, we got hung up on the P word there. It's the I don't even wait part that you should be concerned with. Waiting for consent. That's assault. That's sexual assault right there. It's locker room talk. Jesus Christ. So, then the next day after the firing, Donald Trump has the foreign minister of Russia and the ambassador, Kislyak, the guy in question, the guy that Flynn had to be fired over, the guy that Attorney General Jeff Sessions had to recuse himself because he had a conversation with him. Donald Trump had these two men over to the White House, not just the House, the Oval Office. And not only that, people keep talking about the bad optics. It looks horrible. Optics. It looks terrible. Optics. But not only that, he would not let any American journalist in the room. But he let the Russian journalist in with their cameras. Oh, we looked at their stuff. Everything is fine. How do you know? You'd have to tear that shit apart to find out. These are recording devices. How do you know that they're not other recording devices in the recording devices? Jesus Christ. Jesus. So they say, hey, can our photographer take pictures all around the Oval Office? And he's like, trust that we're not, these are just for personal use. We're not going to do anything with them. And he's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. An hour later, they're up on the Russian state news channel.
Showing where they put the bugs.
Where they put the bugs. Oh my God.
That's what they were looking for. They were surveying the land for the bugs.
They probably hid it in a chewed up wad of bubble gum because Donald Trump probably sticks it up underneath there himself. There goes the Resolute desk. So we have bad optics with that. Oh, and not to mention, they were talking to that foreign minister the day before when the day that Comey was fired. And one of the reporters asked the foreign minister, how do you think relations are going to be with America and Russia now that Donald Trump fired Comey? And the minister looked like he had, this is news to me. He says, whoa, really? Really? And he just turned around and he's just like, I can't believe it. He just had that look on his face, like the look that the Japanese president had when he shook hands with Donald Trump. And he pulled his hand away and he's like, oh my God. It's not just America that is embarrassed. The entire planet is embarrassed. Every time Donald Trump opens his mouth, just sheer idiocy comes out. And if you dare to ask him a specific point, if he doesn't get offended and just walk away, he'll give you this nice long word salad and he's, of nothing. Well, I think that it was, it was definitely, and, this, and, and then we're going to try, and it's going to be big, and it's going to be huge, it's going to be massive, it's going to be tremendous. Well, what are you talking about? What's going to be tremendous? The thing. What thing? The thing we were talking about. Well, what thing? Well, I don't know. I wasn't talking about it. You can have your opinion, I'll have my opinion. What the hell? Jesus Christ. This is our president. This is the man that we elected. Look, all you people that voted for him, I understand why, because you're getting screwed over by the establishment and the way the steady as you go approach, the constantly moving our jobs out of the country, killing our education and cutting away at our health care, and you just wanted to throw a wrench into the engine and just to see what happens. And I get it. I totally get it. But this man is a moron. He is an 8-year-old in a man's suit. He's got a Yorkshire Terrier on his head. I did a video recently about the first 100 days, and it was like 100 things. Every day he did something just absurd and ridiculous. I mean, I was no fan of George Bush, but he would usually, it would be like every 3-4 weeks before he did something stupid. This guy does it on the daily. Look, being mad about the investigation into Hillary Clinton and being mad about the investigation into Donald Trump are not mutually exclusive. You can be mad at both. You don't have to just pick one, because all of this is bullshit. We're fed lies every single day, and it's backed up by our mainstream media that is constantly telling us over and over again, this is the new normal. Everything is fine. Just keep doing your job, keep looking forward, don't pay attention, and don't talk about it. Donald Trump fired this man on television, not even to his face, not even on a phone call. He had to find out from somebody else. This is the kind of man who acts like a strong man, and he's a coward. He's uninformed, and he's a buffoon. And every day we're going to see more and more of this. I understand the resistance movement, but you can't just resist by saying Trump is bad. He is a symptom. He is a small part in this. I mean, maybe I should say he's a much bigger than small part, considering he's the leader of the free world. But we got him for a reason. And if we cannot do a little self-reflection to see what our side has done wrong, then we're never going to fix anything. If you're a Republican and you don't want to talk to a Democrat because you're afraid that they're going to say something that you're going to have to fight and defend, then your point is indefensible. And same thing on the left. You're scared because somebody wants to have a talk at your school, because you're afraid to hear what they have to say. Grow a pair. This is America. Free speech, facts, all of this means something.
Hey,
This is Antoinette from Transistor Rodeo. If you like what you saw here, please subscribe for more videos and content, and you can follow me on Twitter at Transistor Rodeo.